listen, guys, I'll be honest with you, man. I mean, as I came over here today and we hopped into the studio, James asked me, he's like, "Hey, you ready?" And I'm ready. He's like, "You don't sound that way, Gerren." And then I said, "What did I say?" I said, "I need to study the stories again in much detail and depth of Moses, David, Joseph, Job, because I want to understand like what would their makeup, how did they find resilience through all of this, right? Because as I'm growing, man, the winds are stronger, and as I look at what's around me, I'm like, how did I get here? This whoa.
Yep.
I have these loud outbursts in my home sometimes because I'm like, what's going on? What's going on? And to your point, the winds are stronger. So that means it requires a different Gerren to show up. And as I look around and I'm thinking about the decisions that I'm making to prepare to show up, I'm now looking at that and saying like, this is going to be an investment, whether it's monetary or my time or energy. This is an investment. Like sometimes I even question myself, are you sure like you're going to invest into this? But the winds are coming. They're telling me that, hey, it requires a different version of you. So when we talked earlier about, how do we set someone up to go outside into the world and experience this? It's real. The winds, like they see you, they see that you're growing and they're getting ready. They're getting ready.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, listen, this is probably one of the more uncomfortable realizations I've come to. Flipping from avoidance to like bring it on.
Yeah.
And it's not in a bring it on in an arrogant way. It's a bring it on. I know it's coming. I am as prepared as I'm going to be, but here's the key. I know it's going to make me better. I know it's going to bulk up my mind, my resilience, my emotional intelligence, to better prepare me for whatever's next. But I also want to share this with you because this is I think an underreported part of this. These wins also help you enjoy the good times in life better. Oh, what do you mean by that, James? Well, I'll tell you what. There's some things, Gerren and I talk, prior to this talk, we went on a trip a couple of years ago, Italy and Greece with some good friends. And man, we had the time of our life. And we've talked about, will we ever have a chance to get back? That trip was so good on so many levels. Would we ever get the chance to get back? And I'll tell you, if I ever got the chance to go back,
totally different experience.
Man, every moment, every morsel of food, everything that came out of a cup, every boat ride, every night out walking on the Mediterranean, walking the streets of Athens. The sweetness of those moments, knowing how fleeting they are, knowing how quickly they could all go away, I would tell you, I would approach it with a new level of appreciation. Again, not that I wasn't appreciative before, but to know that I've been through what I've been through, and I'm now blessed enough to make it back to that place would change, completely transform how I see that experience. How about you, Gerren?
1,000%. Because I think about the first time we went to compare to the second time, there was a new experience.
Yes.
And, strangely enough, I just told my wife, she sent me Instagram, it shows all these different places and so forth. She sent me one to Aruba, and we've been to Aruba several times. And the only thing I could write back to her was like, we'll be right. We'll be right back. And, she loved it. She, we don't know when, but we'll be back. And to your point, man, I mean, the experiences are how we interact with the same island is going to be totally different because of the last several years.
Absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely. So again, the constant stream, right? The constant stream of whatever it is, the headwinds that are blowing at you. Yes, they help you build up the muscles to deal with the times that are harder. Yeah. But they also give you a distinct appreciation when the times are good. And those things, the balance of those things, man, transform you into truly a new creature, a new mind. I mean, you are rejuvenated, you are excited, but your appreciation in both phases of life, good and the bad, are there. And the concept of neither one can push you to ego or destroy you, right? Because you operate in this healthy middle that allows you to fully embrace and laugh and enjoy and store that up, because when you will need to release that and remember that when things aren't as good. And that is such a powerful, it's such a powerful sentiment, man. And again, it's a gift to you. I want to leave that with you because we're going through it with you.
And it speaks to the assignments that the book talks about.
Yep.
How to fuel your drive even in those moments.
Yep.
How do you fuel your drive when you're going through the highs of life or of your business or what have you? And then when you're going through the lows, how do you still fuel your drive because you are still on the assignment?
Absolutely. Yep, absolutely. Okay. So this framework. So your book has a few things that helps people practically follow a process. Just give us a flyby of
that. So call it the 5-turn fast track framework. Okay, where the first step is to get a map. That's the first thing. I know people talk about, I don't set goals because you don't know the timing as to when these things are going to occur. But I will say, if you don't want to set a goal, you can set an intention. How am I going to show up each day? Who am I going to be moving forward each day? Right? That's a solid goal, right? Because you're stepping into a new way of being. And as life throws itself at you, you are moving from that platform. So you're no longer being the person that you were 5, 6, 7 years ago, or even last month. You're a different person because you have set new intentions. The next thing is to, what is there? Recalculate. All right. So you can imagine you're going on this drive and life, sometimes you see traffic ahead, or your Waze may tell you, hey, there's going to be traffic ahead. We're going to add an extra 10 minutes to your drive. You're going to your assignment, right? You're going to your appointment, that is. And all of a sudden you can recalculate. You make a turn and then your GPS never says, hey, where are you going? All it does is it recalculates. Yep. It tells you like, hey, this is the adjustment. These are the things, this is the road that you're going to take to get to your same destination. So as you're going through life, know that there's going to be all sorts of recalculation going on because you can set out a clearly laid out plan and it will get blown up easily. Right? What does Mike Tyson says? Everyone has a plan until you get punched in the mouth. Life does that to you for sure. After that, after the recalculation is you are drive. Every time I get on the highway, man, and I get nestled into where we're gonna go, like if I'm going down to South Florida or what have you, once I get onto the turnpike, I can set my cruise control. Yeah. To a healthy 70 miles per hour if any cops are watching, right? And I just go. But the beauty about that is once you have locked into where you're going, you just move. Every single day you're showing up. All work works. I think Myron Golden is the one who came up with that slogan where he says all work works. Either it's working with you, for you, or against you, right? So drive, let's go. Every day, just go. And then carpool. You and I, James, this is a really good example, right, of what carpooling looks like. We've been doing our thing. You were working in corporate America for 20 years. I've been driving a business for 19, 20 years. And there are these moments where we've come together. I've reached out to you, James. Hey, listen, how does corporate do business, man? Like, I want to learn from you. Can you share with me? You would share. You would ask me different things when you're working on these different projects. We're working together. One of the things that I do that sometimes people feel a little bit uncomfortable, James, is I like to carpool. You know me, I am a collaborator, right? I love bringing people together. And we've talked about that in some previous videos. How it can be, it can be a good thing, and it can also be something that's heavy, right? But I love learning from the experiences of others. And in doing so, I get to accelerate how quickly I get to a destination. Not only that, we get to talk along the way. So having fun, talking with friends, being surrounded by people who are solid. We talked about this most recently, man, the importance of having really strong people around you, people who are there to motivate you and not just hype you up, but challenge you. Some of us, we're going through our challenges and we don't always step in to save each other.
Nope.
There's the importance of allowing each party to go through that work You talked about it earlier again, sitting in it, sitting in your emotions, letting it flow, letting it pass, release it, and move on. Right. So carpooling is very important to me. And I reach out to some people sometimes randomly. If you're online and I've ever shot you a DM, right, you would hear me say respectfully, of course, I'm asking this question because I don't want people, at any kind of mixed signals there. But there's something that I saw in your video, something that I saw in your story that triggered a thought within me. And like, I'm curious. So I might reach out and just ask the question because I never know. And I've met some really awesome people, James, whether it be at events that I've spoken at, workshops that I've done, people that I've reached out to online, really awesome people that were aligned with where I was going at that moment in time. So we rode together, we helped each other, we supported each other. And then he was like, hey, I'm out. Keep it on moving, right? And then lastly is arrive. And arrive is not necessarily the destination because we've talked about that. There's no there. Once you get there, you're already stretched to move further,
right?
But again, that's where I was at that time in life. I figured that there was an arrival point, but there really isn't one. Life continues on until you close your eyes. So how do you, and we talked about this earlier in today's conversation, how do you guard yourself up to work through life when you know that the winds are getting stronger and stronger every single day? So that's basically the 5-turn fast track framework.
Okay, wonderful. So repeat it again. Get a map. Recalculate. That was a powerful one. Drive, right? Carpool, which is a lot of community, right? It's knowing. You said something powerful, man, and this is tough. It's tough with parenting and our kids. It's tough with friends. Is watching people go through what they're going through and not being able to, help them, save them, put the pillow down and soften their fall. Like the journey is unique to all of us. It's unique to all of us. And so, being there to support, being able to help them see beyond a day, a moment, injecting some humor, some laughter, saying, hey, come on, let's go do something. Let's break this moment that has a grip. Like those are incredibly important things. And so that carpool conversation, which is community, is something that we believe in. And then arrive, right? And arriving, if I can kind of, add to what you're saying, arriving is arriving at the place where you haven't arrived. It's saying I need to constantly go through all 5 steps in order to make sure that I am living the life I'm supposed to live.
Yeah.
And I'm growing and evolving the way I'm supposed to grow and evolve. And so, no, really, really helpful. Again, guys, please, fast track your calling, which is, I would say, a period piece. Right? It's a period piece. Yeah. But it helps you get started. For so many people that are looking for the next self-help book to come out, right? I would say, hey, this is a really good option. It's very easy to read, a very quick read. And you heard Gerren talk about the five steps of the 5-step process. So take a stab. It's available. We'll have a link. In the bio for you. So Gerren, as we kind of start to close this episode out, as we think about now what comes next.
Yeah.
So, in the beginning of this conversation, we joked, man, this is, another book feels like it's being birthed. Yeah. Another, tell people or talk to the audience a little bit about how you see or what you think the next components of that next piece.
Man. So and I mentioned that I'm interested in us working together on this project. And the reason for that is we are doing a heck of a carpool right now.
Yep.
Right. We have some other members to our core team, right, who are out there and they're doing their thing also. But as you see, James and I, we show up here online. Some of the others aren't as comfortable.
Yeah.
It's still amazing to see that you're out here doing this.
I'm amazed. I don't recognize myself, man. I actually look forward to this. Bro. And I've seen myself evolve. Yeah. Energy evolve, right? Yeah. And that, man, I love it. Because I feel the difference. I feel it.
Yeah. Listen, and that's a good testament to some of the work that I do with people just like yourself, executives just like yourself.
Yep.
Right? People who aren't comfortable being on camera. They're like, Gerren, I don't know, man. I'm going to show up differently. I don't know if people are going to recognize me. And I'm like, listen, if you want to have a conversation, let's have a conversation. And part of the work that I do is bringing out the best in people. I confidently say that because I am wired to do so. Right? Intrinsically, I'm wired to do so. And when you get to look at yourself on camera and say the things that you just said, like that's a testament to the work that we've been doing, James, in less than a year.
Less than a year, yeah.
I would say in less than 6 months, right? Because the old, where's the old camera?
Oh, it's up there. Right? It's up there on the shelf.
The price tags we can will tell us when this really started, man. When you didn't think you were going to be on camera, and here you are pushing, driving this forward. With the Growth Mindset Network.
Yep.
So that's a testament to the work that we do, man. But listen, for the next book, I do see us working together and being able to really break down. You have a perspective that I truly appreciate and respect. And people resonate with the way that you articulate things. People resonate with the way that I articulate things. And our work, we recognize it's not about ego, it's about serving.
Absolutely.
So because we are aligned in such a manner, I'm like, what can we do together that can truly impact the community, the community at large, right? We're not just talking about people who look like us, but we're talking about the world. Yep. I think that's what we're called to do.
Absolutely.
So this is an opportunity that I would enjoy diving in with you. To do something like this, man. This is a great project.
All right, so you heard it here first on Wax. We will work to partner on a project together. In this space. And again, I think, Gerren, this is such an important part of rebuilding the foundations as we go through life, middle age and beyond. Is this concept of, okay, I'm not done yet, right? I'm still in the oven. I have an opportunity to rethink and reshape how I show up. I have an opportunity to be a better version of myself, and I should take that opportunity. And vulnerability, which gets harder with age, we're becoming older dogs, not wanting to learn new tricks. And the idea that we can spend time, and this is where carpool becomes, I think, one of the most critical elements, because when you see others doing it and you see the comfort they have in doing it, it makes it so much easier. And to know that people are going through ups and downs together, and there's a community out there, people that are supporting, that also makes things easier. And so that's, again, going back to how we started, we want to make sure you have a place to go, a place where you can tap in, you can have that one-on-one conversation, you can sign up for a couple additional sessions to really unpack and build out a plan for you. May not be the 5 steps here, yours may be 10 steps, but helping you build out that process for yourself, that you can walk around with that little card in your hand and you can see how the things you need to keep in mind to make sure you're showing up the best way you know how.
Before you even continue with that, I'm really interested in this, and if you would share it with the audience, right?
Yeah, sure.
Because you're sharing some really powerful things, and I know we're getting closer to a close, but can you share with the audience what is the impact that from making that first call when you pivoted in your career, right? And that was about a year ago. You made that first call to now. What has been the impact of me being in your world been to your point right now?
Yeah. So, so my story is one of, I'd say, extreme structure to now being freed to move into a very nervous phase of life, a very new phase of life, right? Where there's been signals in my life earlier of me doing things outside of, let's say, the corporate bubble, my 9 to 5, that showed me that I have really had some passions for some things I was surprised about. We referenced this foundation we have where we used to go and help and support college students. And I really, really, really love that. I mean, that has spoken to me and has continued to speak to me for all of these years. And as I see those now not kids anymore, adults with kids and married and all that, and I see them and I have an opportunity to still share and engage with them, it has been one of the most rewarding experiences for me. Now, in that, I was up front, I was leading, I was organizing, I was, helping to push, building a culture around it. So I recognized in myself that even though the work was tough, I really resonated with it. Now, fast forward to now. Pivot in my professional career. Now I'm sitting there with a blank sheet in front of me. And I had an opportunity to decide, how is James going to show up in this next phase of life, however long this phase was. And I told you in a previous video, the first call I made was to Gerren. After I told my wife, first call I made was to Gerren, went over to his house, talked to him, and started to, he started asking me questions. Okay, so what are you thinking? How are you thinking about it? Like, all of these things, because he knew the raw materials I brought. So immediately helping me put that into action when I had the space of that blank sheet. Because as you know, the sheet will start to fill in with life. So in that moment, I had an opportunity to start a framework, right, of how I wanted to reconstruct. Now, did I know that was going to lead me to be in front of the camera? No. That came a lot later as I started to get more comfortable with who I was, with sharing my voice, with being authentic in how I showed up, and now being confident enough to put that out there for the world to see. When the cameras are off, I'm still James, all right? But I believe that the amplification of our voice in this space has helped transform me into a different type of person. And I enjoy seeing, it's almost like it's not quite performative, but I enjoy knowing that I can show up this way. And I feel like this is now authentic. Going back and looking at some of our original videos, I know that I wasn't there yet. And we would have to shoot the openings 3 and 4 times because my energy wouldn't be there. Now we start the video. I don't have that problem anymore. Yeah. And again, I'm not acting. It's who I am. I've just released more. And Gerren was a critical component of helping me get to that stage of comfort to where we can sit here before you today in this Beyond the Comfort Zone podcast now and really start to lean into how we can move this forward, how I can move forward. Yeah. And so that's really what we're giving to you. We're giving you the opportunity to follow a similar path to what I followed. Not exactly, but this idea that I can become a different version of myself and feel authentic in doing so.
In under a year.
Yeah.
And not only just that, but if you can at a high level, share with people how much you have, I don't want to say just accomplished, right? Because it's all still in the works. How much you've done in a year's time.
Yeah.
Like, I'm amazed still. You just came back from traveling.
I did.
Right?
I did. So, man, and I'm considering shooting a more in-depth video on this at some point. I'm not quite ready yet. But here's what I'll say. To go from wondering what my purpose is a year ago, that blank sheet, to now connecting the dots of my life that I never even knew. I mean, we're talking investments made years ago, now coming back in their maturity and showing up to help me build and construct something I never thought. I distinctly remember sitting down once we got the consulting thing kind of up and running, and the consulting's really selling your knowledge, right? Selling your knowledge and understanding. And I remember thinking, man, I'm traveling. I'm on a plane every week. I'm here. It's like, God, like, man, is this it? Like, is this like, we started doing videos and I'm like, okay, but is this it? And then within the span of like a week, a friend reached out and said, hey, what are you doing? And said, hey, man, I need to introduce you to somebody. He introduced us and I met him, and all of a sudden we get to talking and we hit it off, and all of a sudden we're partners in 2 businesses. And, now I have a whole team in India and a company and a office, and, all these things are happening, and we're developing technology, and
it's crazy.
Gerren, all within a year. And again, this isn't part of the reason why I'm a little bit nervous to shoot this video is because I don't want it to come off as really, it's not me. It isn't me. I'm a part of it. I'm along for the ride. I know that sounds a little weird, but I am as surprised as anyone else.
Yeah.
Now, with that, man, behind the scenes, so much work, so much effort, all that, and including this network and the vision that just hit me up inside the head and said, James, you need to go do this. And the message was simple: get comfortable in front of a camera. That's all I heard.
Yeah.
Get comfortable in front of a camera. What do you mean get comfortable in front of the camera? So I called him. I was like, Gerren, I'm supposed to get comfortable in front of a camera. I'm not today. Let's sit down and shoot something. So we did. on a little camcorder I got on Amazon. And now, what you're seeing right now, the quality of what you're seeing right now, the different angles you're seeing right now, look, I'm switching. There you go. Right? That's real. Okay? He's switching. He's real. Right? I'm real. All of that, because just that little message, get comfortable in front of a camera. It's never been about views. We used to talk about this all the time.
Impact.
It's about impact. And we believe that through the journey we're going through, the experiences we're going through, it would be such a waste if we didn't have this platform, Gerren. Yeah. If you didn't write this book, if I didn't have the experiences I have, if we're not talking about doing another project together, continue, it would be a waste. Why waste what you're going through? And so the call is simple. Invest in yourself. Take a minute to connect and understand the moment, just like I had to. The same is there for you. And here on Beyond the Comfort Zone, we are partnered with Gerren and TAG, the Alignment Group, to do that very thing. Because we believe that investment you would make in yourself will transform you over the next year and beyond. So this is not just lip service. This is not even a commercial. This is genuine, authentic conversation about how my life was changed, about how Gerren's life has changed, and about us knowing that we needed to create a vehicle to help you experience that level of authenticity too. Gerren, close this out, man. Close this out.
Listen, I appreciate you, and I appreciate you, the audience, who is taking the time to spend here with us. Like James has mentioned, man, we have done quite a bit of work within ourselves to even be able to show up here for you. And we do this selflessly. It's all about service in what it is we do. I am the driver behind the human ROI, which is a return on identity, right? Everyone has, whether you're an executive, an entrepreneur, a professional, someone coming out of school, high school, everyone has a toilet bowl moment, right? Where the title cannot save you and the truth bubbles to the top. You have an opportunity to step into that truth. We here at this network, myself, with my company, the Alignment Group, we are here to help you do just that. And you listened to James, and he talked about the acceleration that happens in your life when you step into your truth. We're here for you on that. So, hey, reach out to me. You can reach me by email, contact me at gerrensprov.com. You can go to the website, gerrensprov.com. Please also subscribe to anywhere where you see the Growth Mindset Network. We are growing, and we are looking for people who are talented, people who want to put their message out there into the world. Yep. There's a plan behind that. Just reach out to us, and we'll talk to you about that. And man, I look forward to the projects that we've spoken into today's recording. Yes. And when that occurs, and I'm sure people out there might be surprised, probably how quickly it occurs. We don't know because we literally just spoke it, but we all get to carpool on this ride. Yeah,
absolutely. Well, listen, thank you for watching this inaugural named episode, Beyond the Comfort Zone. We are so excited that you are here. We are so excited that you're on this journey with us. Today, officially, we offer you resources to help you on your journey. So it's not just us talking at you. We've now matured and grown to the point where we can offer you resources to help you on that path. Thank you for your engagement. We're blessed and fortunate to have you as a viewer, and we look forward to seeing you next time on the next episode of Beyond the Comfort Zone. Have a blessed day.